Hey there, movie fans. It is time for a brand new episode of FYC. And we are officially, and I mean officially, starting Oscar season here on FYC with this brand new episode. And we are going to start from scratch, get right into it with our predictions for Best Picture. The Academy Awards are taking place on Sunday, March 15th, 2026. The Oscar nominations are happening on Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. Joining me as always, the amazing Perri, Nemiroff, and the mighty Jeff, theinsnyder.com. Always, there's never a dull moment with Jeff, I'll tell you. All right, so let's just get right into it with our predictions for Best Picture. Perri, what is number one on your list? What is definitely getting nominated?
So my first three are fairly close at this point, but right now I'm committing to putting Hamnet at number one. Admittedly, after I saw it, I was wondering if we would have that kind of conversation because, like, listen, it's a heavy movie. It's not necessarily something you are jumping for joy to push play on, but it is a phenomenally made and a phenomenally made movie, and the performances are something else. And the general response, even beyond me as one person, seems to be very, very positive. So I am betting big on Hamnet in quite a few categories this year.
All right, Jeff, where's Hamnet on your list?
I've got it. I haven't seen it yet, but I've got it at number two.
Ooh,
okay. That is who number two looks for.
I
think Hamnet, I can't wait to see it. I think it looks gorgeous, and I've been a big Jessie Buckley fan since the start of her career. But yeah, I got to see it before I can really go to bat for it.
All right, well, I'm going to go to bat for it too. The movie opens in select theaters on November 22nd. It won the People's Choice Award, the top prize at the Toronto International Film Festival. Its director, Chloe Zhao, won Best Picture and Best Director for 2020's Nomadland. I loved Hamnet. I saw it at the Telluride Film Festival. I have it at number two. That's my number two, and a very, 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 very close number two. It could easily flip depending on the time of the day when I'm talking about it. But I did love Hamnet. Jessie Buckley, fantastic. The last act of that movie with Paul Mescal and Jessie Buckley absolutely sealed the deal on that film. So powerful, so heavy for obvious reasons. I'm just going to throw out my number one by, movie I just absolutely, it's so funny. I was at Telluride, then I went to Toronto, came right back from Toronto, went straight to a screening of this movie. And it was like, wow, now that's a movie. One Battle After Another is my number one film, written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, nominated for other categories, Best Picture, Best Director, for Best Screenplay. He is an 11-time Oscar nominee. He has never won. I don't know. I feel like this is his year. Jeff, where is One Battle After Another on your list?
I mean, I think that this could be his year as far as like a director award or a writing award goes. But for Best Picture, I just don't see it. The movie I thought was good. I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was the masterpiece that all the critics are selling. I don't think it is one of Paul Thomas Anderson's best movies. So I have One Battle After Another down at number 5.
Number 5. Okay. Very, very interesting. Okay. I'll take it. I actually do think it's Paul Thomas Anderson's best movie. It's a bold statement because I love There'll Be Blood, Magnolia, and Boogie Nights. Perri, where is One Battle on your list?
One Battle After Another is currently my number 3. I think it is a certainty that it's going to get nominated. I am not willing to use such bold statements as his best movie or even calling it a masterpiece until I see it a few more times. I might come around to adopting that term eventually as it applies to the film. But right now, I think it's a phenomenal film. I think it's gotten a great reaction. I was just seeing, not that this is a 1-for-1, but I was just seeing some, not so hot box office reports earlier today. So
yeah,
I'm just wondering if that could wind up impacting, where it falls in the ranking. But really, that's just me kind of having certain ideas swirling in my head just to consider them at this point. I think it is an absolute guarantee this gets nominated for Best Picture.
Again, I don't think that the box office really makes that much of a difference when it comes to the Oscars.
Agreed. I think
I will respectfully disagree in some cases. This particular point that I just brought up to bring up, and just so we get the full look of the field right now. But in other cases, I will plant my box office matter flags a little deeper.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, last year, Honora won Best Picture and 4 other Oscars, making history. That didn't let the box office on fire like Wicked Part 1 did, but it did well. I mean, for like an independent movie and a neon film. But I mean, I don't know. I saw one battle after another over the weekend, this past weekend, along with Roofman, which I saw for a second time, and I mean, I definitely went crazy about it when I first saw it at that first screening. And then, yeah, sure, I, wanted to like let the dust settle and see it properly, and with expectations, knowing what it was going to be, and it still rocked my world. All right, so then Perry, what's your number 2? Who does your number 2 work for?
My number 2 is Sentimental Value. That's another one that seems to only be racking up praise every single step of the way. Sadly, it is one that I haven't been able to catch myself on the festival circuit, but I believe in everybody involved in it, and I trust my peers who are very into it. So that is quite high on my list right now.
Jeff, Sentimental Value, where do you got it?
I have it at number 4, and if I had seen it, I might have put it at number 1. I've heard nothing but good things about this movie. But yeah, Neon's playing a little peekaboo with it right now. I'm sure that the campaign will ramp up shortly. So yeah, 4 right now feels like a safe spot for it.
I saw Sentimental Value at Telluride, and I absolutely love it. Joaquin Trier, who is an Oscar nominee for screenplay for The Worst Person in the World. That movie was also nominated for Best International Feature. And Joaquin Trier won the grand prize of the festival at Cannes this year for Sentimental Value. Incredible film. The best thing I could say about it, beyond the fact that the performances are fantastic, especially Stellan Skarsgård, is that it feels very lived in. All the emotions feel very earned. All the relationships feel very, very accurate. Very, very organic. It's a beautiful film. I have Sentimental Value at my number 5, and I saw the film. My number 3, I'm going to throw out a film that actually could be number 1. Again, depending on the time of the day. That movie is Sinners. I friggin' love this movie to pieces. I'm going to sleep with that Blu-ray under my pillow because of where that movie took me. I just absolutely, when you're sitting in a film and you're watching it for the first time, we all see a lot of movies, the 3 of us, and everybody watching too. If you're watching FIC, you see a lot of movies. But just that feeling of like watching this movie and just every step of the way being completely blown away and loving where it took me, in this like fusion of so many different genres. Ryan Coogler just really did a spectacular job with that movie, and all the performances across the board. Box office, 367 million worldwide. I love this movie to pieces. Perry, where is Sinners on your list?
Sinners is currently my number 4, but I'm so confident about my 1, 2, 3, and 4. I really don't think any of them are going to get bumped out. I think Sinners is the complete package. I think it is a high quality movie that is speaking to folks that are likely in the Academy. It really performed well at the box office, so we know that the buzz is out there and it's got the widest possible audience. The craftsmanship is something else. This is one that I'm willing to go as far to say like an all-timer kind of statement on. That musical performance, which I believe happens at the midpoint of the movie, is probably going to be one of my favorite scenes of all time. It's one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. My jaw was on the floor. I look forward to celebrating Sinners all through award season.
Absolutely. And the thing about Sinners is that, the movie opened in April, but here we are in October. I mean, it has maintained its momentum all this time. Like, it's not like, oh, it came out like earlier in the year and people forgot about it. Like, oh yeah, Sinners, that's right. It is maintained its place in this conversation. It has never wavered. It's never sort of dropped off and now coming back because, people are getting into all the FYC stuff. Jeff, where is Sinners on your list?
I have it at number 3 and rising. I mean, I am starting to come around on the idea that this could win Best Picture. It's like I put it in a conversation with Marty Supreme and One Battle After Another, where like I think they're going to make Josh Safdie wait a while longer. I don't think Marty Supreme is necessarily the answer. I feel like this isn't PTA's best work, but this may very well be Coogler's best film, even though I think it is. I think it just like the support that I saw this movie have back in April. I think it's going to get a re-release as well to remind voters. I think this is a major contender, and as one contender after another disappoints, this stays afloat.
Look, Sinners. If Sinners wins Best Picture, I mean, I'll be very, very happy. And again, I feel like Perri, you say your numbers 1 through 4 are sure things. I feel like my numbers 1 through 5 are sure things for nominations, and actually, some of the others too, but definitely 1 through 5. My number 4 is Wicked for Good. I mean, if it's at least as good as the first movie, it has a really strong chance, not only to get nominated. I mean, I think it's sort of a slam dunk, even sight unseen, that it will get nominated. But I think if it's as good or even better, it has a really good chance to win. I think it sort of depends on the mood of everybody, especially voters, by the time voting really, really gets underway. Will people really sort of like pick a movie of the moment that taps into the division of the country, like One Battle? Will people just go for something completely bonkers that's so fresh, fusion of genres like Sinners? Or will they go something that genuinely makes them feel good, like Wicked for Good? The first Wicked made $756 million worldwide at the box office. It won 2 Oscars, including production design and costume design. So deserved. 8 additional nominations, including lead actress, supporting actress, and of course, Best Picture. Jeff, where is Wicked for Good on your list?
I think I'll try defying punditry. I have it at number 1.
Whoa!
Oh, that's not what I was expecting.
How do you like them apples?
I love it.
I like them.
I'm in the field, and I see a movie that is completely unlike all the other movies. Hamlet, Sinners, One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme. These are dark movies. What if the Academy is looking to embrace the light?
That's what I said.
I loved Wicked, and I am the guy who thought I was going to hate Wicked before it came out.
Same here.
So it won me over. And for a movie to do that, I feel like it has to be pretty damn good. I know everybody's saying, oh, well, Wicked Part 2 doesn't have Defying Gravity. It's not supposed to be as good as Part. But what if it is?
Well, that's what I did.
Part 2 has so many bangers. Anybody making that complaint does not know the full song list. There's some great options there.
It's going to have the goodwill from the first movie. I'm just saying, as I see more and more contenders that I respect the movies, but I don't love them. If I end up loving Wicked, there's no reason it couldn't win.
I agree. Again, I agree. It depends on the mood. I mean, will people go for something that, all these other movies are dark or really, really heavy, and here's a movie that's like, oh my God, it made me feel good and I really needed that. But then again, if you look back at 2016, you had a winner that kind of reflected the mood. Instead, people could have picked a movie that made them feel good, like La La Land, and went with something much deeper, which was Moonlight. So, Perri,
they'll call me crazy, and I am crazy. But
crazy.
Now, I just haven't been that impressed with anything that I've seen. So I have Wicked and Hamnet, 2 movies that I haven't seen, in the top 2 spots.
If you're talking about a movie that like really impressed you with a capital I mean, for me, those movies are Sinners and One Battle After Another. I was impressed. But regardless, Perri, where is Wicked on your list?
Shockingly, one of the people here that's most enthusiastic about Wicked has it lower down than the 2 of you. Right now, I have it at number 5, and I really do think it has a very good shot of getting in. I'm just struggling to put it in my guarantees section without seeing it or without knowing anyone who's seen it. There isn't a single reason for me to believe that it's going to dip in quality whatsoever. If anything, I truly do believe it's just going to get stronger and it's going to have a firm place in this race, but right now it is my number 5.
So are we in agreement on the top 5? Those are my top 5 that we've talked about.
Yes, me too.
Yeah,
so that's a lock, and now here's where things get messy.
I didn't see that coming. Okay.
So top 5, yes, we all agree on, not in the same order. One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Sinners, Wicked for Good, Sentimental Value. Now, like Perri said, this is where the shit's really going to fly. What do you got at number 6, Perri?
I am going with Marty Supreme as number 6. I think the Timothée Chalamet effect is real. I think his nomination this year is undeniable yet again. And like I was just utterly riveted by this movie. I was exhausted. I think I had just gotten back from a trip. I was not in the headspace to like drive into Manhattan and see a 2.5 hour movie. And when I tell you I was alert and leaning in the entire time, that movie grabbed hold very, very quickly and never let go all the way through. I thought it was great. And then I'm going to bring up another potential nominee on my list that I think is going to create a really interesting narrative this year where no matter how people feel about these two movies in comparison to others, it's just going to be a good story to tell. And the truth of the matter is sometimes that can give movies a boost. So I'm back pocketing that point for later, but Marty Supreme is my number 6.
All right, Jeff, where is Marty Supreme on your list?
It'll sound familiar. It's number 6.
Wow.
Yeah, I also had it at 6. A good movie, but not quite what I was expecting. And I'm not sure it's what audiences are going to be expecting either. This was much darker. I didn't think this was going to be a cousin of Uncut Gems, and it very much was. And I don't think it was as effective as Uncut Gems. Chalamet is fantastic. There's no question about that. But yeah, I don't really see this as like a threat to win Best Picture.
Okay. So I saw Marty Supreme here in LA after the New York Film Festival premiere, in which certainly the social media reactions were completely off the hook. And when I saw Marty Supreme at the same screening, Jeff, I think you were at the same one, and I just thought that those New York reactions were a little overblown. Don't give me that look, Perri.
Well, because it's a broad statement, and my reaction falls into that, so it does suggest that my personal reaction is overblown, which I don't think it is. It was written and sent with peak authenticity and honesty.
I respect your opinion, Perri, but I felt like it was overblown, and I liked it. I put it at number 10 on my list. It still makes it in. I think Timothée Chalamet's performance, notwithstanding, I mean, that's definitely up there with Bob Dylan as one of his very, very best performances. And he's definitely getting nominated. He's definitely a front runner for that category, lead actor, which we'll get to in a later episode of FYC. But I felt like it was too long, and I felt like the middle part just sort of like went in too many different directions. But in spite of that, the movie did kind of stick the landing. It all came back at the end, and for a very, very satisfying conclusion. So thank goodness for that. But I liked it, not as much as my New York colleagues and peers probably, but it did make my list. It's number 10. So it is on the list. That's 6 movies we all got. Perri, what else is on your list?
Next one is one that I haven't seen, so I'm kind of just going on the buzz. I sadly missed my screening. I was on the wrong coast. I'm going to go with House of Dynamite right now. That seems to be building a little buzz. It's got Netflix behind it. Admittedly, I see Jeff making faces. Admittedly, the rest of my list is a mess. I mean, I really do think you can pick from something like 15 movies, and each one is just as much of a toss-up as the next. So given the folks involved, given the Netflix awards team is they're aces at what they do, I think that I am keeping this on the list for now.
All right, Jeff, where's House of Dynamite on your list?
Dude, it's on the list of the 15 worst movies I've seen this year, and I've seen over 150 movies. This is a bad movie. You see, I mean, I just wrote my review last night. I stayed until 1 a.m. writing it. It will arrive today. This episode's being aired on a Friday, so check out my Wednesday newsletter. I read Justin Chang's review in the New Yorker. This movie's a dud. This movie is a total misfire. It is shocking that Catherine Bigelow would make a movie as bad as this. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Well,
I haven't seen it. I'm trusting the general response. I was not aware of yours.
Is off the chain incorrect. This is a bad movie. You'll see.
All right. Well, I look forward to reading your review, Jeff, because I have House of Dynamite as my number 6.
Wild.
I liked it. Catherine Bigelow, 2-time Oscar winner for The Hurt Locker back in 2009. I thought I was riveted by it. I was like, Perri, I think you'll like it. I look forward to your thoughts when you do see it. I really liked the film. I thought it was focusing on a very, very important topic that, we haven't been talking about as much as we probably should, because, we've been so distracted by a million other things over these last 5 or 6 years. But I really liked it. I have House of Dynamite at my number 6, but We'll see if it stays there. I guess it will stay there. But okay, Jeff, what else you have? Oh, I'm gonna jump in here. My number 7 is another Netflix movie, Jay Kelly, which I really enjoyed. Written and directed by Noah Baumbach, a 4-time Oscar nominee for Barbie, Squid and the Whale, and Marriage Story as a screenplay and a Best Picture for Marriage Story. I really liked it. George Clooney's best work since The Descendants from back in 2011. And I love movies about the business, and I thought Clooney and Adam Sandler and Billy Crudup are fantastic in this film. Really, really enjoyed it. It's my number 7. Jeff, I'm guessing it's not on your list. Perry, do you have it on yours?
I do not. It felt like this movie kind of, flatlined the moment it premiered. Granted, I haven't seen it. I might be singing a different tune after I do get back and start blowing through some of the movies I missed, but it does not feel like this one kind of came out the gate as hot as it needs to.
All right, Jeff, take it away.
This is a dud. This is another dud from Netflix. Noah Baumbach, don't know what he was thinking. This is a navel-gazing movie with George Clooney playing George Clooney. Sandler's the best thing about the movie. I liked it a little bit more than House of Dynamite, but nope, this is not sniffing Best Picture.
Respectfully disagree and respect your opinion. Sandler was great. I thought Billy Crudup was fantastic as well. I really like this movie, but okay, moving on. All right, what is next on your list, Jeff?
I do have another Netflix movie. This is the only one that I think will probably get in. Even though I think Train Dreams looks fantastic, and
Train Dreams is fantastic. I wish more people were talking about Train Dreams.
When I love Train Dreams, listen to people and read what they're writing about this movie, it really seems like this is the movie Netflix should be getting behind. But until I see it, it still feels a little small. I'm going with Frankenstein. I think Frankenstein will get in on the strength of the below the line stuff. I've heard it's not great. I've heard it's very much what you expect from a Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein movie, so not a lot of surprises, but I do think it will be good enough to crack this field this year.
Perry, do you have Frankenstein on your list?
I do not. I see it cracking the crafts categories, but I do not see it getting enough support across the board to push it into Best Picture.
Maybe
you brought up Train Dreams. I saw Train Dreams at Sundance before Netflix even picked it up, and I was really blown away by the epic scope of it. It's an old-fashioned movie, real sort of frontier American film that Joel Edgerton is fantastic. It's a beautiful, beautiful film. And I love the movie, but I don't think enough people are talking about it yet. I hope that conversation changes in the next month or so. I do think that, look, I mean, regardless of how you feel about House of Dynamite and Jay Kelly, I think that Train Dreams is probably the best of their films, of Netflix's movies this year. And I really hope that more people see it, start talking about it. Perry, do you have it on your list?
Netflix has the worst sense of which movies to get behind. I mean, it's because let's face it, they're star fuckers, and they need to service relationships like Noah Baumbach and Guillermo del Toro, Catherine Bigelow. These are their big filmmakers. Clint Bentley does not rank for them, but who cares? It's like
the Netflix animation team is going to have one heck of an award season, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Perry, you have Train Dreams on your list?
Sadly, I don't, but I would love to be saying something different as the season progresses on that one.
Yeah, right. I agree. I hope it moves up into our top 10 and really gains a lot of traction, because it definitely deserves to. All right, Perry, what else is on your list?
All right. So, again, I feel like I am reaching with some of these, and I'm not super confident in these predictions, but I'm going with The Smashing Machine at number 8. Personally, I really did like the movie. I liked the documentary style photography. It really brought me closer to the character. I thought Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt were fantastic together. And I do think the narrative of the Safdies both being in the Best Picture race is going to give both movies a boost. And, we also have to think about the fact that Dwayne Johnson is going to be a promotion machine for this film all throughout the season. So I'm curious to see how it does upon release, but right now there's certain factors that I think are working in its favor that other movies don't have.
Jeff, where is Smashing Machine on your list?
I love Dwayne Johnson in this movie. He was great. I agree with Christopher Nolan that this is one of the best performances you'll see all year. This movie's DOA. Not happening for Best Picture. DOA.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like it just really, really underperformed, not just at the box office where it bombed, but I just feel like the conversation, in a lot of ways, is not supporting a Smashing Machine getting into the top 10. Dwayne Johnson, maybe for his performance, but and between the two Safdie movies, Smashing Machine and Marty Supreme, I think that Marty Supreme is a better film, and I don't think. I understand what you're trying to say, Perry, but I don't think that the momentum for one Safdie movie is going to ensure that another Safdie movie gets into the top 10.
I just feel like Dwayne Johnson's not going to let this one go, and the conversation is going to continue.
If he doesn't let it go, it's not getting nominated for Best Picture.
I think he gets.
He won't let it go, and he'll get nominated maybe for Best Actor, maybe.
I think
he's not getting it for Best Picture. No way.
I agree. The Best Picture race is only big enough for one Safdie.
No, there's no way. There's no way both Safdies are going to get in. And again, I just think that between the two films, Marty Supreme is a much better film.
It is.
Feels a lot like Uncut Gems, although I think Uncut Gems is a better movie because both those guys directed that film. All right, so Jeff, what else is on your list here?
I've got 3 more movies we haven't discussed. My 8, 9, 10. At 8, a movie that I saw just yesterday. It wasn't amazing, but it had a great ending.
Okay.
And endings go a long way in my book, and that is Jafar Panahi's It Was Just an
All right, I haven't seen it. I hear it's great.
Yeah.
It won the Palme d'Or, the big prize at the Cannes Film Festival, the same award that Parasite and Anora got. So it's in great hands. It's Neon, right? So they know what they're doing over there. I have It Was Just an Accident at number 8 on my list, sight unseen.
Okay.
But I'm listening to I'm reading The Room, and I feel like that is a worthy film to land in there. Perry, is that on your list?
I don't have it on my list, but I would easily bump something on my list to put that in because I think the positivity around that one is very, very real, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I don't love the whole no one risked more to make their movie narrative, but it's true. Obviously, in this case, and again, I think that the ending is haunting and will stick with people.
I can't wait to see it just based on that, Jeff. So yeah. One film I want to put in here, my number 9 is Bugonia. I loved Bugonia. It opens October 31st in wide release. Of course, this is the latest collaboration between Emma Stone, 2-time Academy Award winner, one of them for Poor Things, which was directed by this movie's Yorgos Lanthimos. Talk about a movie, Jeff, where the end really made it for me. The ending of Bugonia was like shocking, and I was like, wow, it went there, and I loved Bugonia. It's funny because I've been saying how Bugonia feels like Yorgos Lanthimos' most commercially accessible film yet, but that does not mean that it doesn't feel like a Yorgos movie. It very much feels like him. Emma Stone, another bold, daring performance. I mean, she shaved her head for the role. She's fantastic in this movie. What a great partnership the two of them have. I love Bugonia. I saw it at Telluride. It rocked my world. Jeff, is it on your list?
No, I liked it. It was one of those movies that I just don't think this is an Oscar movie whatsoever.
What about you, Perry?
I don't have it on my best picture list. I think we're going to be revisiting Begonia when we start to talk about performances. But this is also one that I'm willing to change my tune on as it gets its release and also as it continues to campaign thereafter. I feel like if the conversation that the movie starts keeps going, it could change my mind. But I'm with you, man. I quite like the ending. The ending is also very divisive. And, sometimes that split works in your favor and it builds more buzz and it keeps a movie in the spotlight. And sometimes it just takes away from the momentum a movie needs to get to the Oscar race.
This is a big swing, but if Poor Things can land in Best Picture, that was a very big swing too. The Favorite, I think Begonia gets in, but I
think Begonia has a better chance than House of Dynamite and Jay Kelly. I'll put it that way.
All right, okay. Well, my 6 through 10 have been talked about. House of Dynamite, whether or not they stay on this list. House of Dynamite, Jay Kelly, It Was Just an Accident. Begonia and Marty Supreme. Of those movies, I think just because of, Marty Supreme stays in. House of Dynamite and It Was Just an Accident are best 2 out of 3. But, and then, I
Yeah,
really would.
Perri, have you done your 10?
I've got 2 more left.
You
What
know.
are your 2, Perry?
So my number 9 right now is Avatar: Fire and Ash. I played this game with the first Avatar movie. I discounted it for so long. Then that movie came out and it got nominations. It blew away everyone at the box office. I'm just plain old not doubting the first one, even though I haven't seen it. Then my number 10, admittedly, is a swing, but this is a situation where I potentially see some Netflix titles on the decline, and then they realize that this one could catch fire in a way and nudge its way into the race. I'm going with Wake Up Dead Man right now. I am a very, very big fan of Knives Out and Glass Onion, and I think all 3 movies are quite brilliant, but what makes them extra special is they're all brilliant in their own unique ways.
Yeah.
And there's like a darker, more serious, and even like soulful quality of this new one that I think will let people have fun with the Benoit Blanc mystery, but also like give it some real weight too. And those 2 things combined could push it into this race.
Well, I loved Wake Up Dead Man, and I agree with you, Perry. I'm with you on all 3 movies. I think actually Wake Up Dead Man, the 3rd film in the Knives Out series, is the best one in it. You agree on that, Perry?
I think a lot of people are going to wait. One of my absolute favorite things to say about a film franchise is like I'm walking out of its latest installment thinking that everyone's going to have a different favorite, and their favorite is going to change on any given day depending on what they're in the mood for. And I think the Knives Out franchise is a prime example of achieving that.
I don't disagree with that. Jeff, what do you think about Wake Up Dead Man getting on this list?
I don't see it happening just because there's too many other Netflix possibilities. That said, I have heard that it is the best Knives Out movie. And I believe that buzz because those 2 Knives Out movies I'm not a big fan of. But again, this one's darker, and we're talking about a best picture lineup full of pretty dark movies.
Well, I mean, to say it's darker, I mean, but the setting, and it definitely does have a slightly more gothic tone because of the setting, but it's still very funny, a lot of levity. I think it's a tighter film. It's a better written film. The characters are great. Josh O'Connor is fantastic.
I love the cast.
The cast is great.
I'm hesitant to put it on the list right now. I have at number 10 Avatar: Fire and Ash. I agree with Perri. You don't bet against James Cameron. I've been in this business long enough. But number 9, a movie that we have not said one word about, which is the best movie I've seen all year.
Roofman.
Edging out Final Destination Bloodlines. And that is Paul Greengrass's The Lost Bus.
Really, Jeff?
Love The Lost Bus.
Great movie. I agree. Yeah, great movie.
Got me at the end. I cried. And I sat there the whole movie wondering, like, how the fuck do they make this movie? What do they do? Light a fucking town on fire?
Yeah.
I mean, Greengrass, hats off to this guy. So I would love to see the Lost Bus get some more attention in this race, but Apple's really going to have to get behind it. And it seems like Apple is kind of gearing up for a big Best Picture push for F1.
Right. Well, F1 is extraordinary in this. It made $630 million, beating Superman at the worldwide box office. That's a whole other story.
Sure.
You know what? I just gotta say, F1 could get nominated.
Sure, absolutely. If some of these movies disappoint, I completely agree. I think there's, we haven't discussed Rental Family. That seems like a possibility, a real crowd pleaser. I haven't seen The Secret Agent.
Yeah, Secret Agent, I'm seeing a lot of potential in.
Yeah,
I heard a lot about Secret Agent.
And I did see a movie the other night that I really, really liked, and I do think it could crack the field, and that is Bradley Cooper's Is This Thing On?
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. I hope so. I mean, I think it gets like screenplay. It's for sure. And Will Arnett is a revelation in this movie. We're going to be covering Best Picture a couple of times between now and the nominations in January. And I would love to see Is This Thing On get in that talk. It's Bradley Cooper's 3rd movie as a director, and compared to Star is Born, which is a big remake, and Maestro, which is a big, biopic. This is a, real sort of like dialed back film. And I really, really liked it a lot. And I very, very much thought the performances were great. Laura Dern and Will Arnett are fantastic, especially Will Arnett, because it was such a stretch for him. The movie I really want to get in, and it's a movie that everyone seems to really like, and I loved it, is Roofman. Roofman is so good. It's such a crowd pleaser. Channing Tatum, a role that he's never gotten to do. I mean, really plays to all of his strengths, a lot of range. It's such a feel good crowd pleaser, but it's also very sad because it's, based on a true story. And I want to say where it goes, but I loved Roofman. I really hope that people start talking about it so we can put it into this conversation. Again, we're trying to predict what's getting nominated. Not necessarily doesn't mean that if we don't talk about a film, we didn't love it. And I would love to include Roofman in this conversation. And I would also love to include, I'm just going to say, Weapons. Weapons is fucking great. That movie is fantastic. Like, three of my favorite movies of 2025 are all Warner Brothers films.
Watch out for Amy Madigan.
Oh, she's getting.
That's gonna be an exciting one to track through this season.
Absolutely. Weapons was awesome. Perri, is there anything that we haven't talked about that you want to hopefully maybe get into this conversation?
I don't know. There's a bunch of titles that are, in the conversation right now. I will say though, I do really love the fact that there's so much potential. It does feel like we've only cracked half the category with likely nominees. I mean, we haven't really talked about The Testament of Ann Lee, Song Sung Blue. Did anyone bring up Deliver Me From Nowhere? I mean, that one is kind of in play here.
Yep.
I've seen Nouvelle Vague pop up on a couple of lists. I was curious to see how that would play for me, and it worked really well for me. I quite liked that movie out of TIFF, and I know this one is kind of out of the conversation, but y'all know I'm a big supporter of The Life of Chuck. But I get its time has come and gone.
Yeah, another film. I'm just going to throw this out there: a film that deserves to be in the top 10. And hopefully it will be after people start seeing it when it opens in theaters on November 7th, is Nuremberg. Written and directed by James Vanderbilt. This movie is it is a powder keg, explosive film with Russell Crowe giving his best performance since Cinderella Man 20 years ago. That movie came out. Rami Malek is great in this film too. This is a movie, Nuremberg, that takes place in the the 40s, but it speaks to a lot about what is happening in our society, world society right now. And I just hope it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. Really hope this gets talked about and gets seen enough where it moves into the conversation. But for right now, for the purposes of this first episode of the season for FYC, covering the Oscars, which will be on March 15th, 2026. So our 6 through 10, the Marty Supreme, all three of us have on the list. Then there's Avatar, which you two have. And then there's House of Dynamite, which Perri and I have. And then there's It's Just an Accident, which Jeff and I have. Right? So, wait, that's 4 movies. So that's it, right?
No.
Right?
No.
No. What, Jeff? What?
We have the same 6, I think, right?
Yes, right.
Then Avatar gets in.
Yeah.
Right. It Was Just an Accident gets in. So that's 8. So we have 2 more slots. My 2 are Frankenstein and Lost Bus. You guys have House of Dynamite, Jay Kelly. What are some of the other?
Perri doesn't have Jay Kelly. Perri doesn't have Jay Kelly.
I don't.
Perri has House of Dynamite.
I do. So that House of Dynamite does have 2.
All right, so that's 9. So
let me tell you guys that when you see this movie, that movie is going to come off this list so quickly, you're going to be shocked.
Whenever I am wrong, I will always admit it. So if that day comes, I promise you will win.
All right, well.
But we need one more. Don't we?
All right, so we need one more.
Put House of Dynamite on.
What are the options?
I had Frankenstein and Lost Bus, but I understand if you guys don't want to put those on.
Right,
I don't feel strongly about either of those. I understand the arguments against Smashing Machines, so I'm not willing to go to bat for that one as hard as I don't know. I kind of like the narrative of Wake Up Dead Man sneaking in there. But again, I know it's a swing.
I feel like Train Dreams should get in there.
I mean, still early in the season.
None of us had Train Dreams on our list.
Yeah, I know, but we're all talking about it like it's like, oh, this movie deserves to be in the list.
Do we think
Wake Up Dead Man? I am not against putting that on the list here because I think
if Netflix changes course for anything, it will likely be Wake Up Dead Man over Train Dreams. But I also think Train Dreams deserves to be in here.
Secret Agent. Did any of you guys have that on the list here?
I haven't seen it yet.
And
do we not want to put F1 over Wake Up Dead Man?
You know what? F1 should be on this list. F1, I think is going to get nominated, and I think it deserves to. I think
it's got a real chance.
Yeah, I do too.
I need to see a little more from that campaign before I can fully believe it, though.
But I agree with you, Perry. But the movie did really well. It beat Superman. It beat Thunderbolts. It beat
really liked it.
Wasn't it mere minutes ago where both of you were like, box office doesn't matter?
I never said that. Jeff did. But I think that in this case, the tremendous support behind F1, again, yes, it's based on a property. It's based on an IP, but not like Superman is, not like Mission Impossible. There's something to be said about that movie. I mean, it's going to get a lot of craft stuff like sound and VFX and all, whatever VFX. But F1, I'm telling you, F1, it's a good movie. It deserves to be there. From the filmmakers of Top Gun Maverick, which was the biggest movie of 22. This was a big surprise.
With the year Warner Brothers has had, it's like you're telling me Netflix and Warner Brothers are going to have the same number of Best Picture nominees?
Well, F1, Warner Brothers released F1, but F1 is technically an Apple Studios film. So I get it, but not really.
Rita will thank you for that. I would rather put F1 on this list than the other movies we've discussed.
I agree with you.
I won't argue with that.
All right. So then that's it. So here are our 5 for our first round of FYC here. We got One Battle After Another, Hamnet, Sinners, Wicked for Good, Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, House of Dynamite, It Was Just an Accident, and F1.
And
Avatar, Fire and Ash. Those are the 5. Those are the 10, ladies and gentlemen. Those are the 10. This was a great conversation here. Make sure you subscribe to Perry's channel. Just scroll down right now and hit subscribe. Make sure you subscribe, to Jeff's newsletter, Lee and Snyder, and listen to Jeff's other show. Jeff, lean in. Show everybody your hat.
Look at that merch. We need FYC merch.
Yes, we do. That would be a great thing. At the Hot Mic, Jeff's other show with John Roca on John Roca's channel. Subscribe to P. Nemiroff or Perri Nemiroff on her social media. Subscribe to The Snyder or follow The Snyder on his social media. Follow me at Movie Mance on my social media. Share FYC on your social media platforms so everybody can jump in with our coverage of this Oscar season. And until the next episode of FYC, see you later.